from all dualities and from all anxieties for gain and safety, and be established in the self. Purport. All material activities involve actions and reactions in the three modes of material nature. They are meant for fruitive results, which cause bondage in material world. The Vedas deal mostly with fruitive activities to gradually elevate the general public from the field of sense gratification to a position on the transcendental plane. Arjuna, as a student and friend of Lord Krishna, is advised to raise himself to the transcendental position of the Vedanta philosophy, where in the beginning there is a Brahma Jignasa or questions on the supreme transcendence. All the living entities who are in the material world are struggling very hard for existence. For them, the Lord, after creation of the material world, gave the Vedic wisdom advising how to live and get rid of material entanglement. There's a reason for this withholding. There's a reason for this transcendence. Let me read this line again. All the living entities who are in the material world are struggling very hard for existence. For them, the Lord, after creation of the material world, gave the Vedic wisdom, advising how to live and get rid of material entanglement. When the activities for sense gratification, namely Karmakanda chapter, are finished, then the chance for spiritual realization is offered in the form of Upanishads, which are part of different Vedas, as the Bhagavad Gita is a part of fifth Veda, namely the Mahabharata. The Upanishads mark the beginning of transcendental life. As long as the material body exists, there is actions and reactions in the material modes. One has to learn tolerance in the face of dualities such as happiness and distress. As long as the material body exists, there are actions and reactions in the material modes. One has to learn tolerance in the face of dualities such as happiness and distress, or cold or warmth, and by tolerating such dualities, become free from anxieties regarding gain and loss. This transcendental position is achieved fully in Krishna consciousness when one is fully dependent on the good will of Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadhamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं Pongam Langayate Girim Kripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam. Let me read the translation. The Vedas deal mainly with the subject of three modes of material nature. O Arjuna, become transcendental to these three modes. Be free from all dualities and from all anxieties for gain and safety, and be established in the self. Krishna is continuing further. Hare Krishna. The Lord is continuing further on how to be free from these dualities, how to become free from this modes of material nature. A question will come, what is the problem if you are engaged in the three modes of material nature, and what is the problem if you are fixed up in the dualities of this world? Dear devotees, actually, if you closely observe this material nature, you will find so much nectar. Nectar in the sense, those details which we are trying to understand through the modes of material nature, they give us so much hope and shelter in this world. What kind of hope and shelter is? We tend to uh, gain respect. People will not give respect. We tend to have something. This material nature will not give us that. I'll give an example. If you want to become happy using the material nature, we will be bewildered. Because the moment you want to become happy in this material world, we've been kept into the three modes of material nature. Krishna is willing to come out of that. What is this three modes of material nature? Sattva guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. That means immediately a sadhaka or anyone in this world, he wants to get some happiness in this material world, he's been kept into Rajo. Which guna has been kept in? He's been kept into Rajoguna. What is it Rajoguna did about is Rajoguna means initially you'll get happiness through that. Later on you'll not get it. For example, if somebody is giving you respect, you feel happy because he's giving respect. And then you that becomes a habit that everyone should begin to respect me. But will that work like that? It will not work like that. That means initially I was looking for happiness through Rajo. Rajo means you will get immediate satisfaction. That's what Krishna is asking us to come out of those things where you'll actually transcend to real happiness. For example, if I'm fixed up in this so-called plane, the material plane, through which you are trying to get some happiness, what happens is definitely you'll get happiness, but that happiness will lead to bewilderment. Just like Arjuna, he was happy accepting the battle. But the moment Arjuna was asking Krishna, can you take me to the center of the battlefield? Senayar Ubhayar Madhya Radham Sabdam Achyata. Take me to the center. When Krishna took Arjuna to the center of the battlefield, what happened? Arjuna is seeing his family members, which obviously has attachment to them. That means shouldn't we have any attachment in this world? Actually, attachment without attaching to Krishna, without attaching to Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, and the Supreme Personality of God, you cannot attach to anyone in this world. Through Arjuna's life, it was very clearly shown. Arjuna was attached to those family members, Bhishmadev, Dronacharya, because no doubt Bhishmadev was helping them since their childhood. But he is not seeing how Bhishmadev was helping. That means if you forget the root, if you are just seeing the person, you develop attachment to them. This is called as raga. Yes, no doubt Bhishmadev is helping Arjuna, Kunti Maharani, Yudhishthir Maharaj, all the Pandavas. But Arjuna was unable to see the cause of that Bhishmadev also. The cause of that Bhishmadev is Krishna. That means he was not able to go to the root at that moment. Not he doesn't. That doesn't mean that Arjuna is not going to that root every moment. No, at that moment he was kept in that state just to teach us a lesson. Lot of people, lot of times I was thinking, why Arjuna knows everything. Why is he kept in bewilderment? Why is he behaving like this? Just I'll tell another example. Parikshit Maharaj, 700 years he ruled the entire world, not entire universe actually. He ruled very beautifully. Everyone were practicing Krishna consciousness. Then how come this Parikshit Maharaj was bewildered all of a sudden and then he kept a dead snake and semi Krishna? There's two contrasting things. You don't see those things in the pure devotees. Now, how is this happening? Now, how is Srila Prabhupada's wife? She's telling, I don't want you, I want tea. Why is that? That Mataji is telling Srila Prabhupada like that. All of these things are arrangements, dear devotees. So at that particular moment, Arjuna was not seeing the presence of the Lord, which is a clear indication to put us in illusion. Actually, we can learn great lessons through all these things. Arjuna was kept in one state. But what is happening here is Arjuna was attached to Bhishmadev, Arjuna was attached to Dronacharya, Arjuna was attached to his Kauravas also. Even though Kauravas are putting them down, because he was seeing them as a cousins, a relation. But he was not seeing all of them through the presence of him. No, that provided him to open his heart. He was sharing his heart. He was speaking all of the beautiful words from the Vedas. Traygunya Vishayaveda Nistraygunya Bhavarjuna. Likewise, Arjuna, he was actually sharing those details. After sharing those details, what is happening here? Now you can understand very clearly what is happening here. Arjuna was being kept in a particular complacent state, very difficult state, which he himself cannot come out of that state. Actually, in our life also, we get that situations. Not exactly what Arjuna got. We also will get similar situation. But the problem is, we don't turn towards Guru Sadhu Shastra at that moment. You know what is the sign of a progress? Sadhakas, how sadhaka will progress? Whenever the difficulties are coming, he's holding the process more tightly. Through that holding the process more tightly, just like a child. If the child doesn't see the mother, the child is actually wandering here and there. Where is my mother? Where is my mother? Where is my? He will not eat anything also because he has to see his mother. They have to see the mother. They say, Amma, Amma, Amma. Where is Amma, Amma? Show me Amma. That means if you don't show Amma, they will not do anything. Amma. They want Amma only. That means as the difficulty is there, the child wanted to see the root. For him, for the child, the root is Amma. But for a pure devotee, the root is the Lord and his representatives. Please understand. Now, you'll get another clarity through this. Arjuna, Krishna is telling, come out of this Traygunya Vishaya Veda, Vistraygunya Bhavarjuna. Krishna is telling to Arjuna. Krishna knows that Arjuna is being kept under three modes of material nature. That's why he's acting like that. That's why he's behaving like that. That is not the problem of Arjuna also. That is how the material nature will bewilder us. That means even personalities like Arjuna can be bewildered. What to speak of us? Then Devi Devatas can be bewildered. What to speak of us? A lot of people will say, I'm already devotee. What does it mean? I'm already devotee. Are we free from this three modes of material nature? Traygunya Vishya Veda, Nistraygunya Arjuna. Krishna is telling to Arjuna, come out of this three modes of material nature. That means he is telling all of us, yes, yes, come out of this three modes of material nature. Now, if the modes are affecting me, so how can I claim that I am a devotee? I cannot claim myself as a devotee. Traygunya Vishya Veda. Because what is happening here, another interesting aspect. Arjuna, through a lot of bafflement, he knows where to go. See, even though he's been kept in illusion, he knows one thing for sure. That this is a problem, I should turn to this person. Is it not interesting? It's very interesting. If you actually closely observe the nuances, the details behind it, he's been kept in dualities. At one point, he wanted to fight. Now, after seeing someone, he stopped fighting. What is that? One state he wanted to fight, another state doesn't want to fight. Then Krishna is telling, you think about me and fight for me. Fight for me. Maya Shakta Manapartayum Junjum Mana Asam Sayam Samagraham. You cultivate asakti on me, Krishna is telling. Now, why Krishna is telling cultivate asakti on me? If you want to come out of three modes of material nature, you have to cultivate asakti on him. Now, another question will come. Why is this problems always coming to me? We desire respect. Why are we desiring all of these things? We desire to be recognized. Why am I desiring to recognize? These are all the reasons because our connection to the root is cut. Please understand this, dear devotees. Very important. Our heart will tell so many things to do, but we should know our heart means not just exactly heart. Our mind will tell so many things. Our heart can also tell because mind can sit in the heart also. It's a subtle, right? Can sit in the heart. Now to show us bewilderment, oh, see, it is coming from heart only. We don't know that it's coming from the mind or the heart. We should know that also. Because if the mind can tell in so many ways. If the mind is telling one thing, if I'm immediately working on that, then it's a problem for me. Because I don't know whether that is correct or not. Just like Arjuna, he was giving so many reasons, but none of those reasons are meeting the expectation. Krishna is telling, "Ma Manusmara Yuddhacha." Krishna is telling later he'll tell Arjuna, you remember me while eating also. That means to come out of Traigunya Vishaveda, yes, yes, definitely you have to remember him. Otherwise, you'll be bewildered. One time, Prabhupada was actually chastising left and right. There's a temple opening. It's in Germany. They're opening the temple. How Prabhupada wanted to do yajna, nobody was giving anything. Nobody was giving proper ingredients for accomplishing the yajna. Whenever Prabhupada was asking, Krishalin, this is not there, that is not there. But Prabhupada chastised all the devotees left and right. And then the devotee just came that day. We heard Bhagavatam class. Prabhupada was telling Bhagavatam. And then he said, Prabhupada Swamiji, you chant Hare Krishna. Prabhupada told in the class, you chant Hare Krishna. Then that boy is telling, small boy told Prabhupada, Swamiji, chant Hare Krishna. You know what Prabhupada did? He picked up his beats. He chanted Hare Krishna. Oh, this is the attitude. That means what are these personalities at every moment? What are they doing? Absorption. Ma Manasmara Yudhyacha. What are they doing? They are meditating. On whom? On Dhanajana Sundari? No, no, no. Supreme Lord. More than that, on the instructions of his pure devotee. Today, send the message also. The group. Prabhupada is telling, I don't know all these personalities, but I only know my spiritual master and his words. Is it not something beautiful? It's wonderful. If you really understand that nuances, that my supreme, that my master, my spiritual master, my teacher, I should follow his words. I should follow his instructions to the core of my heart. And this meditation is that only. For that, I'm ready to give respect to anyone. Yes, yes, I have anarthas, I have problems, I have complacencies. Don't worry, don't worry. Let me try to follow this instruction. I don't want to see any of these things. Let me just do that. If I do that, that is the best thing for me in my life. Mahamanusmara, just like Krishna has been told to Arjuna, you meditate on me. Likewise, Prabhupada is telling, yes, yes, I will meditate on the instructions of my spiritual master. What is this, dear devotees? A pure devotee aspiring for another pure devotee's association. You know how you get association of a pure devotee? You just to do whatever he says, you will get that association. You just have to do whatever they are telling. You get that association. Through that Vani, you get association. A lot of people will say, how do I come out of this Trayaguna? Because Krishna, if you actually see, Krishna is telling, what did he say? Vedas deal mainly with the subject of three modes of material nature. Oh, Arjuna, become transcendental. What is he telling? You become transcendental to these three modes. Now, a question will come: how? How do you become transcendental to three modes of material nature? No, Krishna did not give this detail. Who will give? Acharya will give the details. Spiritual teacher will give the details. Otherwise, how would I know? So Krishna just Krishna gave that information. Become transcendental. It's a statement. Just become transcendental to three modes of material nature. If we just say, just become transcendental to three modes of material nature, can we become transcendental to three modes of material nature? For example, I don't have desire to become transcendental. Will Krishna give the mercy? No. For example, I want to gratify my senses. Can I become transcendental to three modes of material nature? No. If I gratify my senses, I am in the three modes of material nature. No doubt I'll get happiness because it is coming through Rajoguna. Rajoguna, you get happiness. But through Rajoguna, what happens is you get little happiness of this material world, then you get dejection of this material world. You enjoy sometime, then you get dejection sometime. You feel that, oh, you're enjoying. No, wait. You'll get dejection also. I remember spiritual master telling, oh, you're feeling very happy in this material world. Wait. You'll see the magic after that. You'll actually see. One time a parent was telling, oh, I took care of my children very nicely when they're young. Now they're revolting against me. They're not listening. They're grown up. They're not listening. They're almost coming too close to marriage. But whatever they want to do, they just do whatever they want to do. They don't hear, they don't remember, they don't even remember what I did. त्रैगुण्य विषय वेदा विस्तरैगुण्य भवार्जुना. That means what we are doing, we are actually doing or trying to help them through three modes of material nature, through attachment, through raga. That means when that is revolted against us, we feel dejected. That means first there is happiness, now there is distress because they're not listening. They say that you do whatever you want to do, I will do whatever I want to do. Your path is your path, my path is my path. Dear devotees, don't you feel dejected when you hear from your loved ones these words? This is the reason you need to develop attachment to the root. We cannot develop attachment to these souls. They are not the root for you. Please understand. I'm not telling that we have to reject everyone. No. That was impersonal. We're not doing that. You have to see them through the Lord. You have to, there is no other option. Because Krishna has kept you in that position. You're responsible. That means you're not dejecting or rejecting your responsibility also. You have to take care of your responsibility. And again, dear devotees, you have to do, if we have to do all of these things, we have to come out of this moksha. Otherwise, it's impossible. You cannot. You have to be fully convinced. This master, my master, Krishna, they are my well-wishers. My spiritual master, my acharyas, my supreme personality of Godhead, they are my well-wishers. No one else is well-wisher for me in this world. If a sadhaka is coming to that state, then his understanding is good. If the sadhaka is not coming to that state, oh, it's a state of bewilderment. Because what is happening is he will not just exactly what Arjuna is happening, entire world is happening the same thing. What happened to Arjuna? Arjuna, out of respect, out of devotion, forgetting the presence of the Lord, is trying to take care of those personalities. Is that possible? It is not possible. It led to frustration to him. It gave frustration to him. There's a famous Alexander. Well, you know what he did? He tried to conquer the entire world so much so that he's conquering. Through all that conquering, he's about to leave his life. And he told his followers, you please raise my hands from the top. Just like we say Haribol, right? Haribol. He was being told, just raise my hand so that everyone would see my hands. And throw gold coins while I'm going. Now, why here? Why? And he told about that also. He said, oh, I captured so much. I conquered almost this entire world, but I couldn't carry anything now. I'm dummy. Couldn't carry anything. And then I have this so much wealth, and see, this wealth is not helping me. It's of no use to me. Dear devotees, do you ever think, can you carry your dollars? I'm just giving an example, not picking on anyone. Not picking on anyone. Don't take me other way. Can you carry these dollars? No, we cannot carry these dollars where we are going. Then how and why this, where and how these dollars have to be used? Has to be used in the service of Guru Sadhu Shastra. That is a perfection for the dollars through you. That means that's a perfection for you. If that perfection is not there, then there's no point actually. There's no point. We go to office, there's no point actually going to office. It's all karma. You get karmic reactions through that. For sure. There's no doubt about it. You go to office, it's a karmic reaction, it's a karma bandhana. This so-called schools of this day and age, they teach this only. You do increase more karma, increase more karma, karmic reactions. They're teaching children to increase more karmic reactions. Couple of days back, I was in the ninth class. I was talking to these children to very give me so much solace. There's writing an exam. Then I told them that it's not an exam. It's like some questions were being given. They're just writing. I told them, Krishna is sitting in your heart. You agree or not agree? Krishna is sitting in your. No, if you are not honest to yourself, how you can cheat my eyes? Because when I turn back, you can see the other persons and then start writing. You are not cheating Krishna. You cannot cheat him. You might think that you might put a blind to my eyes, and then you can do whatever you want. But you cannot cheat the person who's sitting in there. Then I gave an example. Spiritual Master gives very beautiful example. And there's an IAS officer. He's a big man. But that IAS officer, he took bribery. And by taking bribery, he was caught. He worked so hard to become an IAS officer, but he was dishonest to himself. As he was dishonest to himself, he was being caught. What happened? His job was gone. It's been removed because he made a blunder. Then I was telling the children, if you want to become an IAS officer, you better become now. You develop qualities now. If you have good qualities now, you'll remember the presence of the Lord. You'll remember the presence of the spiritual master. But if you don't develop qualities now, then even if you become an IAS officer, your life will be in vain. That means why am I telling is honesty is how important it is. We should know. I cannot cheat. Even if nobody is there, I shouldn't cheat. That means even if just to individually trace that, that's how we will try, we will not cheat. Even if that person is not there, still you should not cheat. Should be honest to yourself. Because the Lord is watching. Dear devotees, this is not applicable to us. Don't we have to be honest to ourselves? We have to be honest to ourselves. We have to check ourselves. Am I honest to myself? Am I really trying to be Krishna conscious? Am I really trying to check what the Lord is trying to tell here? Am I really trying to please them? These things I need to check in my heart. Or I did what I'll tell you something. If I don't check these things, there is no scope of advancement in Krishna consciousness. Now, all these things are for those devotees who really want to make some progress in Krishna consciousness. We all want to make progress. We all want to come out of this three modes of material nature. Dear devotees, I'll tell you something. Even if you are there in the process for 20 years, if you are not checking our heart and then dealing nicely as per the words of the Acharya, we can never come out of this three modes of material nature. Even if you are initiated. What is initiation? Initiation is an inspiration. It's a physical inspiration in front of the spiritual master that will be following the rules and regulations. It's an inspiration. We are vowing ourselves. We are owing. This is my vow. We are taking an vow. We are taking an oath. Just like a lawyer or an IAS officer, with the first day of his duty, he takes vows. What is the vows? I'll be truthful to the government. I'll be this. I'll be this. So many other things. That is exactly initiation is exactly that. That I will be very sincere. I'll be devoted to my spiritual man. I'll serve the mission of Srila Prabhupada in the mode of servant of the servant. I will take this to my life and soul. That's my life. That is the whole point of initiation. It's not like I get initiation, I do nonsense, whatever I want, left and right. That's a cheating actually. You never come to spiritual. If a person has that attitude, he should never come to the spiritual master for Diksha. Never. And that is what, it's a vow. But to maintain that vow, you need Shiksha. You understand how Shiksha Guru is very important? You need Shikshana. Because that Shikshana, through that Shikshana, you get that strength to actually follow that vows. You see what I'm saying? You understand? You get that strength to follow. Otherwise, what strength we will have? What strength, what inspiration we will have to get up early in the morning? A lot of strength and inspiration. That's why Shikshana is very, very important. If there is no Shikshana, then what is the point? There is no point. I remember Radhana Swami Maharaj was being asked this question once. It's a very interesting question. A disciple was asking, "Oh, Maharaj, do you want me to do this Bhakti Vaibhav course? I want to study more the scriptures and everything." He said, "Don't do it." Yeah, actually, Maharaj was not speaking. He just left. He just saw, he heard, and then he just started walking. No response. No response and anything. And then the devotee was asking Maharaj again when he came next year. Maharaj was asking, why? Why you want to do this? Oh, Maharaj, I want to study, go more, do more absorption. Then he said one thing very important. Please hear this. Because we generally get this notion. Oh, after reading all of these things, you'll tell, oh, Arey, Prabhupada gave a small purport here. Prabhupada should have explained this more. This sloka has Sukha Dukkha Samay Kritva. Prabhupada did not explain about Sukha Dukkha Samay Kritva. Oh, Prabhupada did not explain this. No. The purpose should have been little bit more. That is number one. What is number two? Number two is, you see, what is this? These devotees, they did not do any bhakti vaibhav. They did not do any bhakti shastri. What is this person? He doesn't know what is the Sarvadharma Parityaja sloka. He is doing serving. That means what is the devotee is doing is judging this person, that person. Oh, I studied. This person did not study. That person did not study. Or he did not do that. She did not do that. And then Maharaj said, if you have this attitude, don't do it. See, dear devotees, to learn something, pure devotees, they teach us in a beautiful way. Please understand this. This is Sikshana, which he gave. So what is he telling? That means what am I doing? I'm reading the scriptures to increase my puffed up nature. Reading the scriptures to become more puffed up, stating that, oh, I know so many things. Please understand, it's very important. It's an important aspect. So nobody understands these subtle nuances because so many ways we can look for profit or duration here. In so many ways we can look for name and fame here. In so many ways, we want to gain recognition here. If a sadhaka is looking for that after coming to spirituality, it's a greatest blunder in his life. Trayaguna Vishaveda, Nistrayaguna Bhavarjuna. That means the Jiva can never come out of these three modes of material nature because he is looking for something for himself. Do you understand what I'm saying? If a Jiva is looking for something for himself, he can never come out of these three modes of material. If he is never out of these three modes of material nature, trust me, understand, we can never come to Brahmabhuta state. Brahmabhuta state means is free from these dualities. That will never ever happen. That's why if somebody is telling something, we get dejected. We feel that, oh, why my son is telling this thing to me? Why my daughter is telling like this? Why am my Prabhu is also telling my spiritual teacher? Wow, I thought that he's great person, but he's also telling me, where will I put my head? My teacher is also telling. I thought that I'm a great devotee, but he's also telling I'm not. Where will I go now? That means I'm not a devotee. They're devotees. I see so many devotees dejected. If you tell them you're not a devotee, oh, that's why. Don't tell like that. Keep them happy. Tell them you're a devotee. To yourself, you tell you're not a devotee, not to others. Unless and until you have a relation with them. Unless and until you want to. Don't try not to correct anyone. Just try to correct ourselves. I repeat again, try not to correct anyone. Try to correct ourselves. But whoever is very sincere, really wanted to make progress in Krishna consciousness, based on their questions, we can tell how sincere they are. Just by their questions. We need simplicity. We need simple devotees. We don't want complex devotees. There's nothing like simple and complex. We don't want complex hearted persons. But if that complex hearted person is ready to hear, then that complex heart can also be converted into simple heart. But if he doesn't want to hear, he cannot do anything. Because if the false ego is too high, he cannot. If he thinks that he's a doctor, if he thinks that he's a scientist, he cannot make progress. That's why you should be careful with doctor devotees, scientist devotees for practicing the process. Because they're already advanced in the material world. They think that little understanding they gained in spirituality, they think that that might be great. I'm not telling anyone. I'm not telling any particular person or anything like that. What I'm trying to tell is the nature. Please understand, the nature is different. No, we also carry some nature. We think that we are engineers, so-called software engineers. We think that we are great. We think that we are doctor, we are great. We think that we are PhD holders, we are great. No. We have to put all of, because they are nothing actually. In front of spirituality, spiritual understanding, spiritual training, they are nothing. कुछ भी नहीं है वो. This we need to understand that. More we need to understand. कुछ भी नहीं है वो. कुछ नहीं है. There's nothing. But if you see another aspect here, Arjuna has been kept in one state. Through that state, he's speaking so much because controlship was being given to him. Please understand. When the Lord, he's not speaking, the controlship was being given to Arjuna. But if you understand the consciousness which Arjuna is carrying is not correct consciousness. Through not correct consciousness is through that controlship is speaking so many things. But none of those things are connecting to the root. This is exactly what is happening in this material world. We do so many things. We aspire for so many things. We look for so many things. But we don't get a right solution for that because we are not connected to the root. Arjuna's bewilderment was because he was not speaking through Krishna. If you see this entire chapter, there's no Krishna in that. If you see the details which Arjuna is speaking from his heart, he's not telling, oh Krishna. You don't see the words like Krishna, I want to fight because you are telling, but I cannot fight. You don't see those kind of words. You see, those words from Arjuna, his opinion is telling. From his side, he's telling. That means if I fight, he's showing all the problems around. Just like don't we show, if we don't want to do certain things, we tell, oh, if I do this, I will get this problem. I will get that problem. You say pros and cons. If you do this, you'll get that problem, this problem, so many other problems. So the children or anyone is trying to convince their loved ones that if you do this, if I do this, then I'll have all of these problems. That means what are they seeing? They're seeing through their lens. They're not seeing through the lens of higher authorities, higher acharyas, the acharyas, the supreme personality of God. They're not seeing through their lens. That's what exactly happened to Arjuna. Arjuna is seeing through his lens, which led him to bewilderment. He's not seeing through the lens of the Lord. But here Lord is telling, this is a whole point. Because Lord has seen that conversation. Through that conversation, now Lord is telling, Traigunna Vishaya Veda. Arjuna, you are in the three modes of material nature. You come out with that. Then you'll understand this. Now Krishna is helping Arjuna. Through Arjuna, he is helping everyone by sending his pure devotees. The pure devotees, they give their heart and then they write all these beautiful explanations. Through that, we get an understanding. We move forward. You see how much process is running in the background. So much beautiful process. The devotees of service of the acharyas is amazing. It's not ordinary. Because what they are trying to do is a bewildered soul should come into a realized state. It's not easy. That means he's in the bewildered state, but he wanted to come into the realized state. For that, the false ego will be hurt. But if a person is sincere, trying to understand and assimilate, no, let me accept this, then only he'll understand. Otherwise, he'll not understand. But the jiva is thinking that, oh, I'm doing this service, I'll be protected so much. But the jiva doesn't understand. Prabhupada tells actually, I'm talking to myself again, this instruction. Prabhupada tells this, oh, you might be speaking so much, like a parrot. And when the death sentence is come, when the cat is holding the throat of the parrot will not say Hare Krishna. The parrot will say Tai Tai. Please help me, help me, help me. That means whatever parrot, before the parrot was telling Hare Krishna, whoever is coming to that person's home, the person trained the parrot in such a way that you tell Hare Krishna, and the parrot is telling Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everyone is saying that parrot is a pure devotee. No, it's not pure. But when the cat came, the real purity came. It means when the difficulty came, the real purity came. Now, where is the real purity? It's not in the remembrance of the Lord, it is somewhere else. Today in the morning also, Spiritual Master was telling one statement, very important statement to the core of the heart. What was he telling is, Hare, this science of Krishna consciousness should be taken in such a way that this principle should be imprinted into our heart, should be kicked into our consciousness fully. What are those principles? Even after coming to Krishna consciousness, you have to be convinced in such a way that don't understand that the anarthas are gone. No, anarthas are not gone. They're there. Because we have never worked on it. And he's telling, begin working on it. Cultivate those desires so these anarthas can be removed from there. For example, when we desire something they don't. Just like Dhruva Maharaj, he desired. He desired what? He had full conviction. I want high, more than greatest kingdom than my father. Now that desire was very deep. Now, no doubt that desire was material. Now we need to understand one aspect here is, even though that desire was material, he was connected to a pure soul. He heard his mother. His mother said, he go to the forest. He submitted. Hats off to that mother also, sending her son at that small age. This is not a joke. This actually shows she's not on the plane of raga, she's on a plane of bhakti. It's a very clear indication. If a mother has raga towards a child, do you think that the mother will send the child at the age of 5? That's why a lot of people will think that, oh, these are all stories. Oh, these are all facts. For us, it is story because we don't know what that consciousness is. If a person who is not Krishna conscious, he hears this story, he will understand, Arey, what is this? This mother doesn't have any heart. She's sending her son to the forest. What is this? This boy is only 5-year-old boy. Why is she sending? Is she gone mad or what? People are not having any proper understanding. They tell so many other things. Why? Because they are seeing through their lens. Please understand this dear word. When we are seeing faults, means we are able to find faults means it is through our lens we see faults in them. Just like Shishupal was trying to find faults in Krishna. Is there any faults in Krishna? No. But how come Shishupal is seeing the faults? Yudhishthira Maharaj is not seeing. Bhishmadev is not seeing. Arjuna is not seeing. All pure devotees are not seeing. Vidura is not seeing. How come Shishupal is seeing? How come Duryodhana is seeing? How come Dhritarashtra is seeing? It's interesting. You should understand this. Likewise, this personality is even in Bhagavatam also they'll see faults because they have no clue. But what am I trying to say is the desire which the person has cultivated, the desire is very strong. What is that desire? I want to have kingdom. Likewise, we should have this desire. I want to be Krishna conscious fully. Krishna is telling, come to transcend these 3 modes of material nature. I want that. I want that consciousness. I want that attitude. Even we've been thrown, still we should be remember, we should be Krishna conscious. How is that? How is that consciousness coming? Trinada Vishunichana. If a person is putting us down, how are we remembering Trinada Vishunichana? For example, one person is putting us down, other person is also putting us down. How should we cultivate Trinada Vishunichana? This is a question we need to ask. A sincere sadhaka who is really going through this material nature will test. Those tests will come. We should ask, oh, how should I go through this? How should I tackle the situation? Trinadapi Sunichana. At that moment, if you remember the spiritual master, remember the Lord. That means, even through those difficulties, if you are remembering Guru and Krishna, then you will have progress. Then you can control the anger. You are not controlling, they will control through the remembrance. You should have the desire to remember them at that time. Just like Dhruva Maharaj cultivated that desire. Oh, I want to have kingdom. We should also cultivate a desire. I want to be Krishna conscious. I want to chant sincerely Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Think about this. If you miss your rounds today, that means it's gone today. I'm hoping we're all chanting every day nicely. So if you're missing a round today, means it's gone today. Tomorrow, another day. If you miss tomorrow, tomorrow is also gone. That means our process of cleansing our heart, we missed 2 days. Not only that, our process of actually more important of the cleansing of the heart is our process of submitting ourselves to my superiors, my teachers, my spiritual master, my acharya is missed. Prabhupada told to chant 16 rounds. My teacher told to chant 16 rounds. If I'm not chanting 16 rounds, I'm disobeying that. That means I'm not pleasing them. That means I do sadhana to please them, not to anything else. Because please understand, through our chanting, through our advancement in chanting, through our chanting in Mangalarti, through our chanting in sitting posture, through our chanting without any sleeping, through our chanting without any, through chanting with nice hearing, these things will not give us the mercy. We all do this to please them. That means even the act of chanting is selfless, should be selfless. Cannot be done for my endeavor. If they want to purify my heart will be purified. If they desire, it will be purified. I have the desire to have good heart. They have to give that mercy. For that they said, you don't worry any of those things. You just chant Hare Krishna. You have to just chant Hare Krishna. For that you don't have to do. You have to just do the process of hearing. Let us do process of hearing. Do kirtana. Let us do kirtana. Do smarana. Let us do smarana. Now I am not checking. This is not like checking how much it is coming, how much it is coming. It's not for that. How much progress I made. It's not for that. All of this I'm doing just to please that person. Brijavasis, they saw Vishnu. When they're running behind Krishna, Krishna goes behind a tree and he manifests as Lord Vishnu. He's giving them darshan. And then they're not asking any bones to them. You know what? There's a huge mansion opened. I want to have one flat in that. There's a huge thing which got opened. I want something from there. Can you give touchstone? They're not asking any of those things. Vishnumurti is there. They can ask so many things. Lord Vishnu, they're not asking anything. You know what they're asking? Have you seen Krishna? They're looking for him. Have you seen Krishna? They offered obeisances. They gave full respect. Not that they're not giving respect. They gave full respect. Oh, we are grateful to see you. They gave respect, but the primary question what they're asking is, have you seen Krishna? Because for them, Vishnu is a superior person, no doubt. They know Vishnu is Supreme Lord. They know Vishnu is God. They know. Yashodama, she knows. Brijabasis, they all know Vishnu is Supreme Lord. But they are not looking for that person. See, please understand this, dear devotees. They're not looking for something higher because they don't have anything, dear devotees. They don't have any expectation. Kuch bhi nahi hai. But they have one thing, full devotion towards Krishna. And that Krishna is their son. And that Krishna is their friend. And that Krishna is their beloved. And that Krishna is their master. And that Krishna is their everything for them. They are looking for that Krishna. They are not looking for Lord Vishnu. They prayed to Katyayani not for anything. They prayed to Katyayani for the well-being of Krishna. Please understand this, dear. It's a very interesting aspect. That means whatever they are doing, whatever they are aspiring in their life, they want to please that person. That means, dear Lord, if this is Krishna consciousness, then our chanting should be for their pleasure, right? Is it not? I told this for this only. I told this background information from the Brijavasis for this because they're completely selfless. Dear devotees, bhakti begins from selflessness. Up until that point of time, bhakti will not begin. If you really want to follow the regulative principles to the core of the heart, selflessness should come into our consciousness. You have to imprint selflessness. See their consciousness. They're not asking anything to Vishnu. Just like Mother Yashoda, when she has seen Krishna, after killing Bakasur, all the Brijavasis started telling Mother Sita, not Mother Sita, Mother Yashoda. They're telling Mother Yashoda that, you know what? Krishna killed Bakasura. It's a huge demon. It's a huge bird. It's a long beak. Krishna actually teared off the beak with his hands. Then Mother Yashoda is holding the hands of Krishna, is telling, I think this soft hands will tear off the beak of Bakasura. Don't cheat me. She's not accepting. Now I'll tell you something. When Mother Yashoda was actually seeing all the universes in the mouth of Krishna, she immediately begins telling, this is the Maya of Vishnu. Vishnu has done some Maya. This is not my son. He made some Maya. My son cannot do this. I think my son is afflicted by something. That means their Krishna is, what is their Krishna? Their Krishna is their son only, he's not Supreme Personality of Godhead. That much devotion they have. That means they are forgetting who that person is also. The material, the Yoga Maya, just like we are covered in the material energy. Through our covering in the material energy, what is happening? We are bewildered. You know why we are bewildered in this world? You know why we have relationship problems, why we have this problem, that problem? Because we are covered. We are in the three modes of material energy. Traigunya, Vishaya Veda, Nistraigunya, Bhavarjuna. That's why we are bewildered in this world. They are also bewildered. Krishna is not there, they are bewildered. They are mad if Krishna is not there. They're looking, where is Krishna? They're looking, even they're asking the grass also, where is Krishna? Tell me, where is Krishna? That deep devotion they have. You know how this devotion comes? Selflessness. Not my thing. Everything belongs to you. You are my master. You know why the problems come in the family? Because one person says something, other person will not accept. Everyone will say this. My wife is not listening. Or my husband is not listening. Oh, why don't you listen to him? No, 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 he's not listening. Oh, if he's not listening, you listen to him. No, I cannot do that. See the falsification. If both are in the falsification, then what is the solution? No solution. One person should be, if at least one person should be on the truth. If one person is on the truth, then there is protection. If both are trying to pull, then what will happen? It will tear. Just like you know that story, right? Two cats or two monkeys, whatever it is, either way or the other. Two cats are eating for some bread. And then the monkey comes in between. And the monkey says that I have a weighing machine. And then she puts bread distorted way. And she started telling, oh, this one is more. And then she eats that. And then again she's weighs. No, this one is less. She eats this. Again she's weighs. This one isn't more. This one is more. She eats the whole thing. If both the cats or whatever it is, if they agree to the situation and then they equally distributed, it would have been done. Or at least if one person is not listening, you should listen to the other person. Okay, you take more. Give me 10%. That's okay. At least he would have got 10%. Now he has zero. That means I'm not talking about selflessness also, coordination. You're just cooperating. Just to coordination and cooperation, you're receiving something. Oh, selfless is too far, dear. Is asking, they're telling to proper said, you just coordinate and cooperate. Selflessness comes later. But we should understand, without this selflessness, there's no progress. How can I come out of these three modes of material nature if I'm not selfless? If you be selfless, do everything for their happiness, you will come out, immediately come out of three modes of material nature. If there's a problem, you think how your spiritual master will do it. How he will do. You just do according to that. If he says just leave them, just leave them. Give them space, give them time. Just leave. That's it. This is not a rocket science, it's a simple science. Please think about this. Why Srila Prabhupada should have to spend so much time to write all these books? If you think on that one aspect, you will get solution to all the problems. Why he should be selfless? Why he should behave like that? Why he should do like that? Why he should give his life? Why he should give his everything to this mission? Think about that. You'll understand how beautiful this process is. Then you'll understand why the Brijvasis were actually, they saw Vishnu. They could have asked so many things, but they asked only, where is Krishna? Then when he said they went, Krishna went that side, they immediately left. They went to the other side. They're only dealing with that person. This is relationship. They have that relationship, that friendly attitude they have. That's more, dear devotees, more than reverence. That's why this is all hidden. I'm thinking, I'm understanding more and more that this process is more hidden. So much hidden. Prabhupada is writing, right? All material activities involve actions and reactions in these three modes of material nature. Every material activity involves actions and reactions. You do action, you get a reaction. You do another action, you get another reaction. Because all these actions are done under the three modes. Because when you do any action under the three modes, what happens is it falls under dualities. That gives karmic reactions. So you can tell now, oh, I'm not suffering so much because this is all your punya you're reaping. Punya is we have punya. We don't work so hard, money will come. It's punya, it's our punya. I see myself like that. I never worked so much, but came, Lakshmi came because of the punya. But I have to, if I'm using that Lakshmi in the right way, then that punya is transformed into karma yoga. That means we should be very intelligent to know how to transform what into what activity. The punya is there, the punya has to be transformed into bhakti. For sure. Because that punya should not come under karma kanda again. That means if I do this, what am I getting? This is karma kanda. That means the moment I begin calculating, it is karma kanda. Karmic reactions. The moment I comes, karma comes. Please understand. The sadhaka should be completely free from this I and mind if he wants to become free from these karmic reactions. Why the mind is disturbing so much? Because so much karmic reactions happening in the heart. Some devotees, some aspirants who come to the process of Krishna consciousness and then leave, they leave the process. They say that we are going through so many disturbances. Yes, the disturbances are there. That's why you came to the process. If there is no disturbance, if you are doing sense gratification, you will never come to the process. No, we cannot tell them directly, but they came because they have problem. But what will happen is, eventually, when they get some solace through the process, they leave after that process, after that, because they got solace. That means what am I doing? I have an expectation. For example, if I'm looking for name, for example, if I'm looking for name, fame, for example, if I'm looking for profit adoration, that means I will look for some position. They should make me temple president, or they should make me this. or I should become GBC, or I should become that, this, that, so many other things. Oh, we run behind so many things. This is prayasa. I'm telling you, dear devotees, this is not bhakti, this is prayasa. This karma kanda only. That means you'll chant in the morning. Oh, my dear Lord, please make me GBC. Oh, my dear Lord, please make me temple president. What is this? क्यों कर रहे chanting? Are you chant for his happiness? Don't have any expectations out of it. If I have any expectation out of it, please understand we are in Rajoguna. कुछ expectation है आपने को. If I have some expectation, then it is Rajoguna. For example, if I have a transcendental expectation, that is good. What is a transcendental expectation? Oh, my dear Lord, please free from these gunas, so that I can serve my spiritual master very nicely. Oh, my dear Lord, even if these gunas are there, please give me an opportunity to serve. This is expectation. This is good. Don't worry. This is good expectation. I'm not talking about this expectation. We are not Mayavadis, completely void of everything. Kleshvadikarassesham, avyakta asakta chesasam, chetasam. We are not that. We are not impersonalist. We are personalist. Just like the Brijavasis, they are mad after Krishna. Just like the followers of Prabhupada, they are mad after Srila Prabhupada. We are that actually. We are Prabhupada Anugas. We want to become that. This is the transcendental expectation. Or if you have this, why you will not come out of three gunas? Triguna Vishaveda. Krishna is telling, somehow Arjuna, you come out of this. The somehow is this. What we discussed in the class. We'll discuss more. It's important. We want to come out of this Triguna. Otherwise, what happens is, this Mataji is telling that Mataji is telling that, my Atta is telling, my Mama is telling this. My so many other things are telling. My Mata is not giving respect. My Mama is not giving respect. And what is this? You're a child. You're a child. Expectations, dualities, filled with so many problems. What is this helping? This is not helping us in any way. Because that's not bhakti. You see this dear devotee, they gave their family also. I'm not telling you to give up your family. I'm just telling an example. Because we are not in the state, you are not in Brahmabhuta state. You cannot give up your family. You have to stay. So those devotees, they gave up their family also. Brajavasis, they ran behind Krishna. You cannot do this imitation. That's why when I tell something from the Leela also, we have to be very careful. We have to understand the nuances behind it because they have full deep relationship. They have Raganuga Bhakti. Their bhakti is unlimited. We can't even perceive what that bhakti levels are. They're pure selfless, completely selfless. Whereas one day if we don't eat, we think so much. Oh, I did not eat anything today. I did nirjal today. Wow. What is this? You think so much. So there's a lot of progress we should happen in our life to move forward. So this is very important. So that's how steadily again Prabhupada is mentioning about sense gratification and opulences in this purport. Because Prabhupada is he knows if we are free from these things, we can come. We can actually understand, we can actually see how three modes are working. Oh, oh, you are expecting some respect. Oh, that means you are in three modes of material nature. Are you should give respect. You're not, you should not see, oh, if that person is giving respect or not. We should do respect from our side. This mind is very cheating, dear devotee. It's a rascal, actually. It's a fool. This mind is very dangerous. It will pull us in so many ways. We should be very, very careful because we are dealing with a very powerful energy of the Lord. She's very powerful. Daivi Hishugunamai. Remember, spiritual master last week he was telling us, are this material nature, this material nature is very, very powerful. Do you know how difficult this is? Oh, it is very, very difficult. Better be very careful if you want to really come out of this. Because this material nature is it will pull us in so many ways. Whereas Shishupal did not understand that. Shishupal just followed what the mind is telling. You see, he died. He was chastising Krishna in front of everyone. He was totally bewildered. This is a great problem, dear devotees. For this, we need to understand Hare Krishna. Because the mind can tell so many things, but we need to know what the mind should hear. Because mind does two things, dear devotees. It doesn't have any logic or reasoning. It has sankalpa and vikalpa. It will say you do this. If you don't do it, will tell another thing you do this. It's just a set of instructions. You don't have to worry about that. That's likewise if somebody is speaking, they're speaking out of their mind. You don't have to worry for their words. Don't be so much bogged down. Oh, mera atta ne bola like this, mera mama ne bola like this. No, don't be bogged down. Be happy. Chill, man. This is bhakti. Krishna conscious. We have to chill. Take it easy. Move forward very nicely. Should understand. Everyone is suffering. Three modes of material nature is working on everyone. It will work to me also. But if I surrender to my spiritual master, to the core of the heart, sincerely to the heart, then there is a chance for me to come out of it. If whoever is doing, they'll get that chance. They'll get that opportunity to come out of it. So that process we need to accustom into our consciousness. Yesterday Sheetal Mata is asking a question. But before we discuss that, let me see if anyone has any questions on this topic about on the three modes of material nature, how three modes of material nature will affect us, which guna has been kept in which state. We discussed few things from those lines. And then we also discussed on selflessness and how a devotee on the plane of selflessness will get all the results. He will reap all the benefits of Krishna consciousness. So, anyone would like to add anything on that? More than happy to discuss. Anyone has any questions? Would
Hare
like to
Krishna,
add it?
Prabhuji. Yeah, quick question, Prabhuji. Thank you
Yes,
so
Lord.
much for wonderfully explaining these three modes of material nature, how it affects us, and how we have to you know tackle them by surrendering to Lord Krishna. Prabhuji,
Of
one
course.
quick question or clarification, I would say. So you mentioned, Prabhuji, Rajvasis were always, even though they don't consider Lord Krishna as the God or the Supreme Father, they consider Lord Vishnu as the Supreme Lord. But when they saw Lord Vishnu, they did their obeisances. But generally, Prabhuji, like when we say that we have to always ask for a higher thing, like you know, when that that washerman or washer lady, she saw Krishna. She told to just lift the
Put the
load
sticks on
on
my
her
head.
sticks on her head instead of asking for
Yes.
higher taste. So in this case, should we how do we understand Prabhuji? Because they know that Krishna is not a Lord, and they know that Lord Vishnu is the Lord, and they and Katyayani and all, they are asking for Krishna, even though they know that Krishna is not Lord. Is this because of Yoga Maya?
Actually, so multiple things. First thing is they are getting so much happiness just by remembering the Lord, by their presence, by His presence, by His activities, whatever they are doing to please Him. They are getting so much happiness. That means they are in that state where momentary also they cannot leave Him. Momentary separation is also very difficult for them. It's very unbearable. It's very difficult to even express also. They have so much love towards the Lord, intense love. They completely, yes, obviously through the presence of the Yoga Maya, they forget that the Krishna is Supreme Krishna and Godhead. They know Vishnu is the Supreme Lord. But for him also they are telling, can you please show me where Krishna is, where he went? That means they are not, they don't, that is the only focus for them. They don't see anything else other than that. Through that, why are they seeing like that? because they get unlimited happiness through that. We cannot measure that because their heart is so happy, so joyful just by staying in the presence of Him. Unimaginable. Just like Srila Prabhupada, he says, Srila Prabhupada was been as Swamiji, before we now we are here, now we are all with you, but before we came, you are you are alone. The Prabhupada immediately said, no, I was never alone. I was with my spiritual master. I was with my spiritual. How was we with the spiritual master? His spiritual master already left. He was there with the spiritual master through his instructions. Now, why this person has so much devotion, respect, love, and towards that person? Because Prabhupada felt that he is a pure soul, direct representative of the Lord. He developed utmost attachment with that person. That means this is we see practically through these personalities in this world that how a relationship with Krishna will be. Just like how a relationship with the spiritual master is there, similarly we see the relationship of Brijavasi with Krishna. Intense, cannot be separated. That kind of relationship Prabhupada had with his teacher, with the Supreme Lord, with Krishna. So it is possible. So here, there on the spiritual realm, Brijavasis, I don't know anyone other than him. Now, how is it Krishna is keeping Brijavasis in that particular state? Because as you said, Yogamaya is working. The Yogamaya covers. Even Krishna is forgetting his godhood, what to speak of his devotees. That means Krishna is giving access to his devotees to do more higher thing. What is that? That is Krishna as his position. Krishna is what is the Supreme Father. That means you are an IAS officer. You are giving your devotee an access that you are not an IAS officer. You are working, but you are not working as an IAS officer. Krishna is working. Krishna is dealing with all his devotees, but he is never thinking that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because if he begins thinking that he is Supreme Personality of Godhead, he cannot actually go into that deep reciprocations. That's why Krishna keeps keeps just like he kept yoga material nature here, he keeps internal energy there in the spiritual realm. Through that internal energy, they all forget who they are, but they remember one thing: Krishna is my master, or Krishna is my son, or Krishna is my beloved, or Krishna, I am his servant. It's like Brijavasis, they're actually holding the sticks. What are they doing? Brijavasis, they're holding the sticks. They are really holding to protect Krishna, to help Krishna. They want to, because Krishna is lifting since 7 days, they want to also help him. They are really feeling that. And Krishna is also accepting that service. The reciprocation. Actually, that is a moment, I mean, that is a physical moment where Krishna is reciprocating with everyone. Oh, Krishna reciprocates with them on 24 hours. Actually, there's no time limit there in the spiritual realm. Please understand one thing, dear devotees. This Krishna consciousness is a continuous thing. There's no time bound to it. It's a continuous reciprocation happening. The heart is reciprocating, you discuss it. More heart is reciprocating, you discuss more. More questions are coming. If you're thinking, more questions will come, you discuss about it. And when this goes on continuously, you'll exactly feel the consciousness which is there in the spiritual world. What is the consciousness in the spiritual world? They continuously discuss about the Lord. Mad chittam mad gada prana bodhayanta parasham. Kadayantastam. They discuss, oh, this is what I did today, this is what I did that. Oh, Krishna came like this here, Krishna came like that. So those things are manifested. So in the material world, in this world, those things are manifested through spiritual master and the Lord. I remember when we discussed with our God brothers, we discussed, oh, spiritual master came like this. He told us like this. He gave us this instruction. He said to be like this. That gave me so much happiness. I was remembering the Lord through his words. We discuss. We discuss those things. Oh, that reciprocation that day was very good. 6 years back when I came, spiritual master was chanting with us at 3 a.m. in the morning. I still remember those days. It was a very nice chanting. I could still experience that. So we will remember those things while we are chanting today also. So I felt very nice chanting. We discuss these things like that. What is this? A reciprocation. It's an exchange. Through that, what are we remembering? We're remembering the spiritual master, what he has done to us. We are also remembering the Supreme Lord, what he has given us. We were able to remember the Supreme Lord by his presence. Some reciprocations. So this reciprocation, when it intensifies, that is in the spiritual world. That means you get a realm of that. Uh, you get a subset of it as a piece. It's like there is a big cake. You get a small piece of cake. That piece of cake is a relishment in this material world. And this little relishment which we gain, this is the process to continue here in this material world. That's so. Please understand, the Lord has given access to material Yogamaya, gave us so much strength that he himself is being bounded to that energy. Just like he's bounded to Mother Yashoda. Because he forgets everything. Is it not something beautiful? Just like Supreme Personality Godhead, he's forgetting everything. Forgetting everything means he's not feeling that I am the Supreme Person. Is it not something wonderful? It is. This we need to understand. When we understand that, we need to know. We'll understand, wow, this is a great. The Lord, that means the Lord wants to feel how his devotees are reciprocating. This is also one of the reasons why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. Because he wants to experience the feelings of his devotees. Hare Krishna. Is it okay, bro? Slow,
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Anyone else?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances.
Oh, Hare
All the
Krishna.
Ashtishri Prabhuji. So thank you so very much beautifully explaining the shloka on how Krishna is explaining uh, on why he gave Vedas and then what is beyond the Veda and how to get to him. You explain about the Upanishads and the fifth Veda, which is Bhagavad Gita. Through Bhagavad Gita, on how to submit, similar to how Arjuna submitted to Krishna, not in the second chapter, but wherein Krishna is not there, but going forward in the other chapters where he surrendered to Krishna. After he surrendered to Krishna, remembering him, putting him in the center. So we also, as you explained beautifully, we can check our consciousness. Truly, the tests, the difficult times are actually is the mercy of the Lord to check ourselves, the consciousness at that moment, on which state we are, whether we are bound to those three modes, or are we really relying, submitting to the spiritual master, checking on how the spiritual master would act in this situation. Definitely he wouldn't be in the modes, but how should I be coming out of it, depending on how the spiritual master acts in that situation. So checking difficult times are actually good to don't have to desire for them, but if they come in, we have to take advantage of them by checking internally on how to come out of them. by depending more on the spiritual wisdom.
Actually, when we have a difficulty, we don't have a desire to come out of it also. The only desire is to become more Krishna conscious. Because I'll tell the details for that. For example, Lord gave the difficulty for some other reason. We don't know what is the reason. And we started asking him, can you remove, can you remove, can you remove? I kept this for some other reason. You are asking me to remove. Just like we have our independence, where we can reciprocate in whatever we want. Likewise, Lord also has supreme independence. That means he can give so many things. He can give happiness, he can give distress. So he can, that means we have to become that kind of an instrument where irrespective of what situation Lord is keeping us, let me accept that. Because he also has an independence. Not just we have independence, he also have independence. That means his will is also there. For example, we are desiring something. And the Lord's desire is something else. Let's say our desire is not fulfilling. It doesn't mean that this is not fulfilled. It might be fulfilled through another way. There is unlimited other ways to fulfill that desire. So when we give that independence to him, you take the full independence. You give me what is the best. You gave me this difficulty, let me take your complete shelter. Whenever you feel you can remove that. But teach me all the lessons through this. Because when we have this aspiration, Krishna will show you great reflections in the heart. My dear Lord, please help me. Please help me to come out of this. And through this, show me all the lessons which I have to learn. So that I can move forward in Krishna consciousness. And that desire we have to cultivate. That's what I said, right? Just like Dhruva Maharaj has cultivated that desire of what? He wanted to have that kingdom. But that desire also helped him become Krishna conscious fully. Because he took the right association, and then he was very submissive. Likewise, when we cultivate the transcendental qualities, then we get all those things. Very, very important. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. So coming out of the difficulty, I mean, requesting this, praying to come out of the difficulty is one level, but then even higher is to accept, realize that this is Krishna's plan, and pray to Krishna so that we continue to be an instrument in his desire, his plan.
Should pray that, oh my dear Lord, may always remember you and especially your pure devotees, and then follow their instructions. Because when we aspire for that, no matter what difficulty comes into our life, they will become greatest blessings in our life. That means if it is good, if everything is good, you practice Krishna consciousness. If there is something bad, you even practice more. That means what are you? You are 24 hours fully Krishna conscious. That is the solution. That is the way. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
That's what we have to aspire in our life. Every moment we should have that consciousness. Move forward. Actually, that is bhakti. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Anyone else? Sorry, I think it's too late today. We'll begin our conversation tomorrow. Shital Mataji will discuss your question later. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, Hare